Fans of the creepy, post-apocalyptic action-adventure game The Last of Us may have to wait a little longer than expected for the live-action TV series to debut. Despite the fact that the series was originally scheduled to premiere in 2022, HBO and HBO Max have now revealed more adjustments. Stick around to find out everything you need to know about The Last of Us and why it won't be debuting until 2023, along with other important details. Firstly, The Last of Us won't debut until 2023. Here's what we know so far. The Last of Us, HBO's TV version, will not premiere until 2023, according to various sources online. The series was first announced in March 2020 and began production in the middle of summer 2021, is based on Naughty Dog's enormously successful 2013 video game. Craig Mazin, the creator of Chernobyl, is in charge of the HBO series, which stars Pedro Pascal, Joel, Bella Ramsey, Ellie, and Gabriel Luna, Tommy. Early rumors stated that the show will premiere this year, with Ramsey announcing the release date for The Last of Us on Instagram in 2023. HBO Chief Content Officer Casey Bloys announced to Deadline that The Last of Us TV series would not premiere until 2023 at the earliest. Bloys, when asked when The Last of Us will be released, he said, "They're still filming in Canada, so it won't air until after 2022. I'm guessing you'll see it in 2023. He did have some more good news, admitting that the studio was very pleased with the preliminary results. He continued, "I've watched some early episodes and I'm quite excited. Craig wrote and directed Chernobyl for us, and he's an incredible writer and filmmaker. I'm excited because what I've seen so far seems wonderful, but it won't be in 2022. The production has received similarities to Game of Thrones, with a budget of over $155 million. But Bloys was quick to dismiss them. There is no next Game of Thrones, Bloys suggested. I've been here long enough that I've been through what's the next Sopranos, what's the next Game of Thrones, now what's the next Succession. There's not a next Game of Thrones. Next, everything you need to know about the upcoming show. When Naughty Dog published The Last of Us for the PlayStation 3 in 2013, it was immediately heralded as a game-changing force in gaming storytelling. The 2013 game and its critically praised 2020 sequel recounts the narrative of two strangers forced to trek through a zombie-infested America, becoming as close as father and daughter as they learn to trust and rely on one another. The Last of Us has become a critically praised and fervently cherished franchise, thanks to its action-packed gameplay and character-driven narrative. HBO officially greenlit a live-action series based on the game in November 2020, further recognizing the game's great plot. Fans have been increasingly thrilled as information about the show's cast, which includes Pedro Pascal, Bella Ramsey, Gabriel Luna, and others, and the budget, which is rumored to be $10 million per episode, has become available. What is The Last of Us about? The Last of Us is based on the hit 2013 PlayStation exclusive game and takes place 20 years after a global zombie pandemic. The undead, known as the infected, are caused by cordyceps fungus that has changed to infect, kill, and grow over animals, including humans. The game follows Joel and Ellie, two strangers who forge an unlikely friendship on their journey across America. Ellie, a 14-year-old girl who was born into the pandemic, is escorted across the country by Joel, a veteran smuggler who has lived through the apocalypse since its inception. Ellie is immune to the pandemic, despite being bitten by an infected but not changing into one, which Joel is unaware of. Ellie's guardian, Marlene, dispatches Joel on a no-questions-asked mission to transport her ward to the other side of the country, where she would be slaughtered in order to develop a vaccine. Joel and Ellie become closer during their arduous journey, almost like father and daughter, and eventually realizes the actual reason for his quest. Now let's look into the cast of The Last of Us. In February, it was announced that Pedro Pascal, Game of Thrones and Narcos, would play the primary character Joel Miller. According to a June report from online sources, Pascal was not HBO's first choice for the lead role. Instead, the company was eyeing Oscar winner Matthew McConaughey, who reportedly declined the part for unspecified reasons. The main character of Ellie will be portrayed by young Bella Ramsey, who you may recognize from HBO's Game of Thrones as Lyanna Mormont. Gabriel Luna, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., will play Joel's brother Tommy. Merle Dandrige will play Ellie's guardian Marlene, who was both the voice actor and body model for the character back in the game in 2013. On July 1st, it was revealed that Nico Parker, Dumbo, would play Sarah, Joel's deceased daughter. 3 more performers were added to the cast in July 2015, according to Deadline. Perry will be played by Jeffrey Pierce, who previously voiced Joel's brother Tommy in the games. Perry is a character who was created specifically for the television series and lives in one of several quarantine zones across the country. Friday Night Lights actor Brad Leland confirmed during a podcast session on September 24th that he will be filming some sequences for the program, but provided no other details. According to IGN, Leland will play Mr. Adler, a new character. In early November, Zambian actress Natasha Mumba announced on Instagram that she will be playing a new character named Kim Tembo in the show. Her involvement in the film is yet to be revealed in greater depth. Storm Reed, who plays Gaia on HBO's Euphoria, was cast as Riley Abel, Ellie's best friend who tragically died in the prequel expansion titled Left Behind, according to a Deadline story. This is all the cast we currently know of, but we have no doubt there will be new additions added closer to the release date. Next, we have some of the craziest fan theories that changed The Last of Us games for fans. The Last of Us has spawned a slew of clever fan theories. The storyline pushes players to construct their own intricate explanations, even for portions of the tale that aren't mysterious, as is typical for most story-driven games. The Last of Us fan theories range from explanations for Ellie's past to probable crossovers with other video games. The game's moral ambiguity is a significant factor for all the fan theories. Joel, the protagonist, is thrust into tough situations for which there is frequently no obvious situation. The players are on the lookout for clues and explanations as to why things turned out the way they did. When there isn't one obvious, people typically invent their own theories to fill in the gaps in the same way. Stick around to hear some of the craziest, most unbelievable fan theories that will change how you view the Last of Us game franchise. The Fireflies were never going to be able to find a cure. When Joel and Ellie arrive, the Fireflies very immediately decide that she must die in order to produce a cure. The problem is that every single one of their arguments is completely wrong. They wish to kill her without first conducting full diagnosis or tests. Rather than scientifically explaining the only known immune individual in existence, even if they killed Ellie, it's unlikely that they'd have the expertise, capacity, or patience to construct a treatment from her brain. Uncharted and The Last of Us occur in the same universe. Fans are fascinated by the prospect of several of their favorite games taking place in the same realm. The Last of Us and the similarly popular Uncharted series, according to one theory, take place a few decades apart on the same timeline. Nathan Drake is said to be indirectly responsible for the virus. In Uncharted 3, Drake foils a conspiracy to locate a sunken ship with what appears to be an ancient chemical weapon. If Drake failed, the evil Marlowe would have discovered the vessel and maybe released the cordyceps virus on The Last of Us's planet. The timeline might work, but the only true evidence of a linked universe is this Uncharted 4 newspaper Easter egg. Joel never actually wanted to survive humanity. Joel saves Ellie in the end. Even if it means jeopardizing the species' future, the majority of people regard this as an act of love and humanity in and of itself. According to one argument, Joel didn't choose to save Ellie as much as he opted to let humanity die. He witnessed firsthand the horrors that people are capable of. They kidnapped his daughter, and now they're about to murder another young girl right in front of his eyes. He does not believe that humanity is deserving of Ellie's remedy. Everyone in the game is indeed infected. Many of the game's characters, including those who aren't intended to be sick, show early signs of the infection. Many of the characters in particular have poor peripheral vision. This is most likely just a means of balancing stealth gameplay, but may there be more to it? As the cordyceps fungus develops over the victim's eyes, it's evident that the infected rely greatly on sound. It's likely that almost everyone in the game is infected in some way and is completely unaware of it. Maybe an airborne strain of the virus is hurting everyone's hearing without making them insane. And there you have it. Everything you need to know about The Last of Us and how they're turning the crazy popular game into a highly anticipated TV series. Thanks for watching.